Good evening, everyone. Oh, a musical touch for the class. So, good evening, everyone. How are you? Fine. Shishi, sir, where is the mobile, sir? I just want to know that where is my mobile? Just you had promised that today you would give me, and still it is not here. So, tell me. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. So the guys are here, right? Uh, good evening, Nan, good evening, Ravi, good evening, Kapil, good evening, Archit, good evening, Ritesh, good evening, Irfan Khan. All right, so today we start talking about Prince. Good evening, everyone. All right, okay, Shishir sir, as you'll get it tomorrow. Okay, sir, I'll try to get it by tomorrow. So let's go ahead. Today we talk about the word boring. Boring, right? You'd be surprised to know that there are so many people who think that boring is a Hindi word. Do you know that? People think that boring is a Hindi word, right? If you ask somebody sometimes we ask people, how do you find this? Whenever you want to take opinion on anything, how to ask? We say, how do you find? Yes. How do you find whenever you want to take the opinion? Like somebody gave me the mobile and he asked me, okay, आपको मोबाइल कैसे लगा? Simple rule. How do you find? How do you find? ये चीज आपको कैसे लगी? How do you find? How do you find the mobile? The mobile. Good evening, Yaspal. Good evening, Shivendra Yadav. Good evening, Preetu. Good evening, Kalyani. Good evening, Shivani. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Prince. Good evening, Khushi. How do you find the mobile? Good evening, sir. How do you find the mobile? So, whenever you want to ask the opinion about the Mahima, good evening, Sagir sir. Good evening, Pankaj Dras sir. Good evening, good evening. So, how do you find? So, just say, if I want to ask you, somebody has, good evening, Ashish Misra. Somebody has made a very good dish, right? And they just served you, and then now they ask you, "Ha beta, good evening, Kapil. How do you find? Very much right. Good evening." और आपको मानना, you want to know आपको चावल कैसे लगे, right? Some Daud, good evening, good evening. I'm great, Daud. So we say, how do you find? How do you find rice? How do you find rice? Hardly 2 days ago, Bill Bettera movie has been released on digital platform. Am I right? Ranjan, good evening. Good evening, sir. Am I right? I have not seen this movie. So because I want to watch this, but before that, Pankaj Raj, yes, very much right. Good evening, Ranjan. Before watching this movie, I want to take the opinion of you people because I'm sure some of you may have seen this movie. Am I right? So now, tell me, how do you find the movie? How would I make the question? How do you find the movie? How do you find the movie? Right? How do you find the movie? Right? Everybody? Now, if somebody asks you, if now I ask you, right, very much right, Kapil, awesome, sir. Oh, awesome. Yeah, it means that Kapil has seen this movie. Am I right? Do you find the movie Shivendra very much great? Keep writing like this. It means you're getting things. How do you find the Bichara? Very much right, sir. Right. And now, like this way, I have watched half movie. I'll watch the rest part at night, and it is really amazing. Yeah, definitely. Sushant movies, therefore, you people are saying. Now, I want to know, you people, how somebody came first time, right? Somebody came to Bhopal first time, and he stayed here. Good Muhammad Kamran. Okay, not watched yet. No problem. There is a lot. Now it's on digital platform. You can watch it any moment, right? Why are you using the before no action? Movie, okay. Movie is a common noun, right? And I mean, if you don't want to use, don't use. There is no problem. Like boy, right? Boy is there. Which one boy we talking? The boy who is sitting in the classroom. That time we said the. Okay, we will talk about later on, right? It's free for everyone. Oh my God. Sunil Patil sir is saying it is free for everyone. Rishabh, I have watched half movie. Okay, let's go. How do you find the movie? Okay. And now Prithviraj Chauhan serial. Ritesh sir has done the acting in the serial. Ritesh Chauhan sir is here and he has done uh, acting in the serial, right? So if somebody has seen this serial, but people don't watch, only the people who stay at home they watch the serial. So just I want to know, आपको पृथ्वीराज आपको रितेश रितेश सर की एक्टिंग कैसी लगी? How do you find? How do you find Ritesh acting? Ritsh is acting, right? This is at ACT acting. How do you find this acting and how do you find Sushant acting? Sushant's. How do you find Sushant's acting? How do you find Sushant's acting? आपको सुशांत की एक्टिंग कैसी लगी? How do you find Sushant's acting? So whenever you want to ask the opinion on anything, go for it. Good evening, Kanchan. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, Daud. So how do you find Sushant's acting? Right? So whenever you want to ask anybody's opinion, go for how do you find. Now you need to tell your opinion on what you think about it. There are so many ways to tell your opinion on anything, right? It's not like that you would tell only good or bad. You could go for anything. How do you find Sushant's acting? Yeah. How do you find Sushant's acting? Tell me, how do you find Sushant's acting? Right. There are so many ways. If you say अच्छा अच्छी है, it is good. I'll ask you questions, but first one I'm telling you, it is good. बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छी है, it is great, right? और लाजवाब है सर, लाजवाब, it is AWESOM, it is awesome. It is awesome, लाजवाब. जो भी हो तुम खुदा की कसम लाजवाब है, right? नरेंद्र सिंह कुशवाहा. Okay, sir, I find it pretty well. That's great. Rio made is great. Wow. The way you are praising about this movie, I think that I should watch this movie too, right? Definitely, I'll watch if it is free of cost. I can't spend money at this moment when lockdown is going on. I don't have money to spend on movie, right? So let's go. Second Ahmed stuff. It is great. It is awesome. It is fabulous. You'll be surprised to know some people go more and more. Some people say fantabulous. Do you believe fantabulous? BULOUS, right? Fantabulous, fantastic plus fabulous. They merge this word and the word becomes fantabulous, right? It is fantabulous, right? It is good, very much. It's fantabulous. Yeah, it is fantastic. It is FANTASTIC. It is fantastic. बहुत जबरदस्त movie है. And some people also say it what? Some people say it is what? Fabulous. FABULOU. LOUS. Fabulous. It's fabulous. Some people say it is marvelous. MARVELLOUS. It is marvelous. Marvelous, Shandar, fabulous, Jhakkas. All of these words have the same meaning. It depends on you which one comes to your mind at that moment. Right? So let's go ahead. How do you find the movie Dil Bechara? The people who have seen, tell me, how do you find the movie Dil Bechara? Tell me. How do you find the movie Dil Bechara? Please tell me. How do you find it? Fast, it is marvelous. Very good. Sagir Saab is fantastic. Yes. You could see the spelling from the chat and you could say it to me. Yeah, it's marvelous as usual. Fantastic. It is as usual fantastic. Okay, it means Sunil Pal is saying that as earlier movies he made, and his acting was fantastic. Same way, his acting is like this. It is simply awesome. Okay, it's fantastic. It's marvelous. Kanchanora, I found it on a horror star. But how do you find this movie, man? Muhammad Daud, it was amazing. Yeah, you could say that too. I didn't mention this word amazing, but you could say it too. It is awesome, right? It is marvelous. It is marvelous. Daud Sahab, Gorak Chaturvedi Sahab, you were saying it is worth watching. Yeah, worth watching. That's right. Muhammad Irfan Khan, not watched it, no problem, sir. Tonight you could watch because there are so many people who are giving good reviews to this movie. Ravi Verma, sir, it is fantastic. Okay. Rishabh Gaur say it is fantabulous. All right, that's right. I find it amazing. All right, that's right. So, so how do you find? Now I want to know the people who are, it is marvelous. The people who have come from outside, like Damuha, like Chhindwara, right, like Bihar, and you are staying here in Bhopal, right? Damoh, you have come from Damoh, you have come from Chhindwara, like that, you know. So how do you find Bhopal? How to ask question? Can anybody send me in writing? आपको भोपाल कैसा लगा? How to ask this question? If you ask somebody, आपको भोपाल कैसा लगा? How do you make the question? Good evening, Arsa Sahab. Good evening, Shiti Sahab. It touched your heart, this movie. Okay, let's go ahead. How do you find Bhopal? Okay, it is awesome city. Okay, anybody else? Everybody who has come from outside, tell me, how do you find Bhopal? How Mahima Shukla, how do you found out? How do you find find? Find. And okay, Pankaj Raj Prince had missed the word you. So that's great thing. If you, how do you find Bhopal? It's awesome city, right? That when I live in Bhopal, that time when I lived in Bhopal, lived Daud Sahab, when I lived in Bhopal. Okay, it is an easy-going city, right? How do you, it is great. Okay, sir, how do you find Bhopal? That's right, it's beautiful. How do you find Bhopal? That's right. It is a really, really nice city. Right? But the people, okay, it's awesome. It is a good city, right? But my dear friends, some people say to me, it is a boring city. Do you know that? It is boring. One word I'm taking here, boring. Do you know boring means ubau? If something is boring, means you don't like it, you get bored. Boring means ubau. कोई भी चीज ubau है, that's the thing, right? So, can you tell me what are the things which are boring? First of all, five things. Let's say, I just tell you. That's for me. खाना पकाने is a very boring. कोई भी काम boring है, तो first of all, what we do? Action ing plus is plus boring. Boring. So, खाना पकाना, right? It is becoming boring. Bhopal is beautiful city. Okay, मतलब का याद. I really miss Bhopal. All right. People don't miss Bhopal. The activities they did here and they could do, they miss that one as far as I think. Right? The freedom they got here, right? Everybody came from from their hometowns, and there they were not allowed to do so many works, right? There were some limitations, right? If Papa had got to know, he would not have let you come over here, right? Now, the things that you couldn't do in your hometowns, you could do it here. Therefore, you like Bhopal. Am I right? Okay, Sweet Palace is sad. Writing exams is boring, really, right? I find Abhishek Bachchan's movie boring. Okay. But then the sir, if you have seen the movie Bol Bachan, really, I like that movie. The acting he did in that movie was amazing, right? The dance moves that he made in that movie, it was great. Am I right? So just tell me, what do you find boring? Make it very simple. Action ing plus is plus boring. Like cooking is boring, right? Ask your mom. She'll tell you cooking is boring, right? Cooking is boring. But they have to do. There are so many things that people find boring, but they have to do. Sitting at home in lockdown is boring. Right, that's right. Very much right. Right? Boring spelling boring. The boss is always right. Arsha cooking is boring. Okay. And there are so many people who get okay, listening to the people who really do not know anything about Ramayana and Mahabharata, and if they start giving lectures on that, it's really boring. Okay, my boss is boring. I find Salman Khan's movie boring. God Chaturvedi, traveling alone is boring. Oh my God. Go on bullet, you not find it boring, man. Yeah, definitely one person should be there to give you company. Okay, so standing outside during lockdown is boring. Okay, work from home is boring. Oh my God. It means you're missing somebody who works with you at in your office. Yes, Manish, you're not missing the office. You are missing the person who works with you in that office. Am I right? Rai Verma, lockdown is boring. Pankaj, washing clothes is boring. Really, man, it is too boring. So you must have a washing machine at your home. Brushing is boring. Brushing, oh my, what is boring in that, man? Cooking is boring. Having a bath is boring. Reading tenses are boring. Or cooking is boring. Going to park alone is boring. Which one park? Chinnar Park, sir. Sunil, sir. That's a doing work at home is boring. Motivational video by sir. Lockdown is boring. Okay, man. And what else? Boring. Dusting. Dusting. Dusting, right? Charging mobile phone is boring. Okay, how come it's possible? Okay, that time you are not able to do any work. Am I right, man? You see, man, you are not able to do other works on mobile. Therefore, you find it boring. So dusting, like people do clean the things, right? Some ladies are very much obsessed with it, diwani hai, they are possessive, right? They need to do, no matter they are tired, no matter uh, they are ill, but they will do the dusting. And what they say, oh, dusting the बहुत boring काम है. Dusting is boring. Dusting is boring. Dusting is boring. Testing is boring. Okay. And what else is boring? Anybody can tell me? Tell me the real work which are boring in your life. Just doing the domestic chores, doing the DOMESTIC, doing the domestic chores. Domestic chores include all works that we do in our homes, like mopping, cleaning, cooking, ironing clothes, washing clothes, all the bringing kiranas from market, bringing vegetables from market, cooking. Everything is counted as domestic chores, right? Okay, everything is counted as domestic chores. Okay, so now tell me, तो डूइंग द डोमेस्टिक चोर्स, घर के काम करना, झाड़ू पोछा बर्तन इज कॉल्ड झाड़ू पोछा बर्तन करना. इट मीन्स डूइंग द डोमेस्टिक चोर्स, क्लीनिंग, डस्टिंग, ऑल दिस थिंग्स कम इन डोमेस्टिक चोर्स. तो घर के काम करना, डूइंग द डोमेस्टिक चोर्स इज व्हाट? बोरिंग. Doing the domestic chores is boring. Washing clothes is boring. Really, man, it is too boring. Right? Doing the domestic chores, घर के काम करना, झाड़ू पोछा बर्तन. Really, it is quite boring, man. Right? And these are the works that we find boring. Right? Ironing clothes, कपड़े press करना, ironing clothes, right, is boring. Right? Making pani puri is boring. You make pani puri, man, at your home. Oh my God, I didn't know that. Right? Okay, now tell me, these are the works that you find boring. Now, tell me, okay, she enjoys. Mahima Shulai is saying she enjoys doing domestic chores. How is it possible? These are the people who do the domestic chores really, right? The people who do it regularly, they don't enjoy it. Am I right? The people who do it really they do this work, they enjoy it. Attending the meeting is boring with my manager. Oh my God, man, it is always boring. When I used to do the work in PNG, that time I asked for a boring man. He was quite boring man. Okay, now tell me what I'm gonna ask. Tell me three persons' name who are really boring. Doing the dishes is boring. Nowadays, maids are available, madam, at homes. They do the dishes, they do anything. Tell me, everyone, please. Tell me, everyone. Tell this my. I said my wife is boring, right? Right? I said my wife is. Tell me three persons who are boring in your life, right? Yeah, make. You don't want to make. Okay. Okay. I have. Okay. Any clothes is boring. Tell me the three persons in your life who are really boring. Fast. Tell me. Right? My friend is boring. No, don't give me the common words. Tell me the real name. People should get to know. Rahul Gandhi is really boring as well as boring. Please don't be like the sarcastic on him, right? Okay. Stephen Huff, Tim Cook, and Mukesh Ambani are boring. Oh, really, man. So if your wife will watch your comments, I'm in the habit of listening to her comments, man. Right, Mohammed? Right, my brother is boring. All right, Ritima is boring. Okay, RGP is boring. Okay, Ra is boring. Okay, my brother is boring. Okay, Gaurav Chaturvedi. Jack Ma is boring. Oh my God, he's very. Salman relatives, my Fufaji, my my Buwaji, they are really boring. Okay, Shivani Rakure, my HOD is boring. HOD is very dangerous man. Shivani is boring. Mizan is boring. Nisha is boring. Oh my God. Madhulika, what the hell are you saying? Anu's girl is boring. One of my friends is boring in my office. My girlfriend is boring. Or my mouth friend is boring. Okay. These I had asked you about the people and you're giving the names of the things, right? My friend Ravi Verma is boring. Oh my God. So Om Prakash, good evening. Om Prakash, good evening, good evening. So these are the people, these are the works which are boring. Now, tell me, tell me the thing, tell me by which you are bored with. Just now, we have talked about these people are boring. This is the one rule. I'm sure you have written in your notebook. If somebody is boring, any action, when you do that action and that action is boring, that time you could say that action ing place is boring. Not third rule. I'm bored with. BORED. I'm bored with. Right? Right? I'm bored with मैं इस काम से अजीब पर बोर हो चुका हूं कर कर and you have been doing this work for a long time and now you're bored with, right? जैसे मैं खाना पका पका के बोर हो चुकी हूँ तो I'm bored with action ing. Only action, no things name, no person name. Just now we are talking about action ing. Which are the works, right? You are bored with. कौन से ऐसे काम है जिनसे आप बोर हो चुके हैं तो आई एम बोर्ड विद एक्शन ing. I'm bored with. I'm bored with or action ing. They say boring. My grandma is boring. My big boss show is boring. Okay, let's be. I know what big boss show is. Not that serial that I could watch with my family. I'm bored with watching fake news. Okay, I'm bored with resting in home because of lockdown. That's right. I'm bored with serving food to my pet dog and parrot. Oh, Chiti is definitely. I want to talk to you about food to the pet dog. Nowadays, for 3 4 days, I have been giving food to my pet dog, but he's not taking in the juice. Earlier, he used to take rice, other things, but now he doesn't like to take all these things. I'm bored with my working. Okay, I'm bored with doing same things daily. Okay, and and I'm bored with what? Okay, I'm bored with my life. I'm bored with my boss. I'm bored with watching Ask the New Channel. I'm bored with working Khiladi. I'm bored with staying at home. I'm bored with. I'm boring not Mohammad Irfan Khan sir. I'm bored. I'm bored. Dheeraj Kumar Upadhyay sir, you have forgotten a BORD. BOAR not BORD. I'm bored with doing engineer. I'm bored with engineer. I'm bored with my life. Okay, I'm bored with. Okay, I'm bored with watching Corona news. Everybody is bored with Corona news, madam. Really, really, right, right. So, and I'm bored with the same routine. Till I'm bored with. I'm BORE. I'm bored with same routine. Am I right? I'm bored with same routine, right? I'm bored with same routine, and I'm bored with now things name. Tell me the things name. Just a bora chuke. I'm bored with my life. I'm bored. BORED. I'm bored with my life. Okay, tell me, my dear friend. Just I'm bored with TV, and I'm bored with wearing PP kits, Dr. Om Prakash. So there is also one person more, right, Mr. Ravi? That person is also bored with, right? Other things. So my boss is boring, my friend Altaf is boring, my father is boring. Fathers are always boring, man, right? I'm bored with my old mobile. Sell it. You are now earning money. Buy Samsung M31. I'm bored with TV. I'm bored with face mask. All right. I'm bored with mobile. I'm bored with wearing mask. I'm bored with attending online meetings. Okay. Now just tell me. And I forgot what I wanted to ask. Right. I'm bored with attending online. Okay. Just tell me, my dear friends. Okay. Then I'm bored with uh, I have the new one now. Okay, okay. Let's go ahead. So I'm bored with done. So now let's go ahead. Again, we talk about these are the things that you find boring. Now tell me, what are the things that you find interesting? Right? What are the things that you find interesting? So I find Find. I find. Tell me things name. Not action. Don't use action. Only things name. Don't use action at present. Things name and action. We will talk about by and by because at present you need more and more examples to practice. Right? We know it, but keep speaking over there. Right? Keep speaking over there. I find things name plus interesting. Interesting. I find things name interesting. Right? जैसे मुझे आप interesting लगे. I find you. I find you interesting. I find you interesting, right? Uh, and no, it's wrong. I find interesting cricket. Wrong, Daud Alam Saab. I find plus things name any person name, right? Say I find this movie interesting. I find your class interesting. यानी रुचि लगी मेरे को उसका बहुत ही आकर्षण लगी इंटरेस्टिंग लगी मजा आया I find plus चीज का नाम tell me right I find my new smartphone interesting. I find my job interesting. I find cooking interesting. Oh, really, Mahima? I found you awesome, right? But we're talking about interesting. I find you interesting. I find cooking interesting at lockdown. In lockdown, Kanchanora, okay. Mohammed, I find iPhone X very interesting. Oh, really? Okay. Anybody, Upadhyay Sahab, I find Shivani, okay, that's right. I find you very interesting. Okay. I find your women class interesting. Okay, Kapil saying I find dusting interesting. Oh, it is really. It's a very tough task and you find it interesting. I find your class as well as Samisa interesting. That's great, good. Kushi Sahu. I find you better interesting, right? I find your class interesting. Thank you very much, very much, very much. And you find it interesting. And there is I find cricket interesting. And if you want to say that this thing is interesting. You are saying you find it interesting, but maybe that thing is not interesting, right? You find cricket interesting, but is the cricket interesting or not? That so you need to tell now which are the things interesting. I find juicy movie very interesting. Yeah, what? Jussy. I find and FINE find. Where is the word find? Right? I find your manner interesting, Sagir Sahab. Okay, Bhai Sahab, I find the class interesting too much. Okay, there is no need to say too much. Yes. What? It is the I find cricket interesting, and if anything is interesting, you find cricket interesting. Why? Listen to my dear friends. What I'm gonna say, I'm making it a little bit longer. I find things name INTER is interesting because because plus things name is INTER is interesting. See the rule. I find the class interesting because the class interesting. I find this book interesting because this book is interesting. मुझे ये book interesting इसलिए लगी क्योंकि वो interesting है. I find you interesting because you are interesting, right? Yeah, you are an interesting person, right? Okay. So I find this mobile interesting because it is an interesting mobile. Yeah, it is interesting. I find cricket interesting because Cricket is interesting. If the cricket is an interesting game, right? You could say that. I find plus things name interest interesting because BCAU because नाम लगा the name is right and interest interesting is an interesting plus an interesting category कुछ जो भी name right category name look let's say I find your class interesting because your class is interesting. You could say that, and I find okay, and where and right. I say I find Dil Bechara movie interesting because it is an interesting movie. I find Dil Bechara movie because it is an interesting movie. Speak it. I find Dil Bechara movie interesting. Speak with me. I find Dil Bechara movie interesting because it is an interesting movie. Right? Got it? I see. I मुझे कुकिंग बनाना इंटरेस्टिंग लगता है क्योंकि कुकिंग एक इंटरेस्टिंग वर्क है. I find cooking interesting because it is an interesting work. I find cooking interesting. INTER is interesting. This because cooking is an interesting work. And I find cooking interesting work. I find cooking interesting because cooking is an interesting work. Right? Am I right? Sagir Sab, I find cooking interesting, but what? Why? Anybody is here who find communication, learning English interesting? Anybody is here who find learning English interesting? Anybody is here who find learning English communication interesting? Do you find English interesting or not? Tell me, my dear friends. Do you find learning English interesting or not? Tell me. Nobody finds learning English interesting. My God, how come it's possible? Anybody who can tell me? Do you find learning English interesting? Tell, tell. No answer. Do you find, right? Is learning English, interest, interesting? Don't reply from anyone. Why? Is learning English interesting? Is English interesting? Interest. I'm not getting anything from your side, people. Right? Okay. Is English interesting? Reply. Okay. So now, what are you doing to improve your English? Is English? I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm not learning English. Isn't okay? I find learning English interesting. I find English learning interesting because it's an interesting language. Okay, that's right, Dr. Saab. A very good sentence you have made. Yes, learning English interesting is interesting, madam. If you are teaching, okay, English is interesting. Okay, Kanchan, very good. I find learning English very interesting. Is will not be there, Mr. English, sir. Okay, if answer yes, sir. English is interesting. Okay, is English interesting? Yes, English is very interesting. So what are you doing? Okay, tell me. What are you doing to get command over English? Tell me. What are you doing to get command over English, man? Tell me, guys. What are you doing to get command over English? Tell. I tell you what I'm doing. I'm doing. Look, a new example. I'm thinking. I'm bringing you one example. Very good. I am doing. Listen to me. I'm doing. Yes, I'm doing. Talking myself in front of mirror. Okay, so I'm doing everything possible. One example I'm giving. One rule I'm sending to you on the chat. Possible. Right? to action first form. Look, I sent one rule. I'm doing everything possible. I'm doing everything possible to action first form. मैं हर संभव कोशिश कर रहा हूँ ये काम करने के लिए. आई एम डूइंग एवरीथिंग पॉसिबल टू एक्शन फर्स्ट होम से मैं अंग्रेजी सीखने के लिए हर संभव कोशिश करूँ सब कुछ करूँ. आई एम डूइंग एवरीथिंग पॉसिबल जो कुछ भी हो सकता है कर रहा हूँ. आई एम डूइंग एवरीथिंग पॉसिबल टू लर्न इंग्लिश. राइट. I am doing everything possible to learn English. Again, repeat with me. मैं हर संभव कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. मैं सब कुछ कर रहा हूँ. मैं हर संभव कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. You may have heard this dialogue. पुलिस हर संभव कोशिश कर रही है. मैं हर संभव कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. I am doing everything possible. Right? I am doing everything possible to. I am doing everything possible to learn English. Everybody, stand it fast. I'll give you so many tasks on this rule. I'm doing everything possible to learn English fast. Get command over this rule. I find book possible. Yeah, I'm doing everything possible to become a good professor. I find book interesting because the book is interesting. That's right. Very good. I'm doing everything possible to learn English fluently. I'm doing everything possible to learn English. I'm doing everything possible to maintain our relation. Sometimes it happens when person is making mistakes and other person is very much angry. Now what is happening? The person who has made mistake, he is trying hard to keep this lesson. He is doing everything possible, right? Yes, I'm doing everything possible to speak English. That's right. Shitiz, I'm doing everything possible to learn English. Sigrid Sab, I'm doing everything possible to learn English. Okay, Minali, I'm doing everything possible to learn English. Gaurav Sab, I'm doing everything possible to learn English fluently. That's great. Okay. Anybody else fast? Shivani, I'm doing everything possible to learn English. Yeah, Shivani, you must be doing MBA, right? Without English, nothing good to in the professional world. I'm doing everything possible to teach 1,000 students on my YouTube channel. That's great, man. I'm doing everything possible to learn English. Dr. Sahab, I'm doing everything possible to become a good engineer. Right? I'm doing everything possible to learn English. I'm doing everything. I find mobile interesting because mobile interesting. Okay, Sahab. Now tell me. I ask you one question, Pushpan. I'm doing everything possible to improve my communication skills. Okay, tell me. I'm asking you a question. You give me the answer in writing. Is government, G-O-V-E-R-N-M-A-T, is government, listen to the right pronunciation of this word, is government, not meant, is government doing everything possible to control Corona, right? Is government doing everything possible to control Corona? I've said, right? Is government doing everything? I'm saying, is government, G-O-V-E-R-N, and is government doing everything that you must know? The people who are in, oh my God, my connection is stable. Is government doing everything possible to control Corona? Right. The people who are wherever they are, Bihar, UP, MP, Gujarat, tell me what answer you want to give to me. Right? Tell me. Is government doing everything possible to control Corona? Send it, man. Send it, everybody. Send it. Now it is. Okay. Somebody's coming on this. Please send me. Okay, I'm sending you. Right. It is here, madam. Go for it. Right. Fast. Are you getting me or not? Okay, not here. Okay, no problem. It will be coming. Don't worry. So, now tell me. So, in Delhi, government is doing, right? Government is doing everything possible. Government is doing everything possible to control Corona. Right? But where? Do you know? Delhi government. Right? The Delhi government. Am I right? Delhi government is doing everything possible to control Corona. Right? Now tell me, is Bihar government Is Bihar government doing everything possible to control corona? Tell me, everybody, is Bihar government doing everything possible to control corona? Tell me, tell me. Your replies are not coming. Maybe connection is disturbed. Fast. I just see what can I do to get your reply, man. Right. Yes. Government. Yeah. Is everybody reply coming now? Government. Kamlesh sir, government is. We are doing everything possible to prevent ourselves from. Okay, prevent. Okay. Government is not doing everything possible to control corona. They are preparing for actions. Bihar government isn't doing everything possible. Pankaj Raj Prince, don't miss the word. Everything possible. You need to write these two words. Everything possible, right? Shivendra sir, yes, I agree with you. So Delhi government is doing. You have forgotten is Shivendra sir. So please write it again. The people who are making mistakes, write it down again so that it could go correct. Don't think so, sir. I will make it later on. No, not later on. Just now. Bihar government is not doing everything possible to control corona. Shivani, okay. Motivational video by Arshad. Bihar government is. Where is Mr. Arshad? Tell me. Write it down again. No, sir. Bihar government failed to control corona as well as flood. Oh my God. Right. That's right. Right now. Is Bihar government is not doing everything. Okay, not right, sir. That's the right thing Asad did. He just sent me again. Bihar government is not doing. I don't think. Okay, Bihar government isn't doing everything possible to control corona. Okay, just tell me now. Next question. Are you doing everything possible? Give me the honest reply, everybody. Are you doing everything possible? Are you doing everything possible to get a job? Let's see. Honestly, give me the reply. Honestly, right? Give me the reply honestly. No lie. Sami sir. Oh, how did you see Sami sir? Mohammed sir. Give me the complete answer. What is no, no? Don't. Nobody is saying no, yes. What is no, yes? Are you doing everything possible to get a job? Give me the complete answer. Like I am doing or I am not doing. It's not an army. Yes, Sunil sir, very great. I'm doing everything possible to get a job. Madhulika madam, you have got a job now, right? I'm not doing everything possible to get a job. No control. Okay, yes, I'm doing everything possible to get a job. As I'm doing everything possible to get a job in MNC. Okay, I'm in job. Muhammad Dawsa. Anybody else? Please come on, come. Right. Anybody else? Sir, got a job. Okay, that's right. Okay. So the guys who got the job, what would they say? I'm asking you, I'm doing everything possible to get a job. But God knows, Minali madam, God knows that you are doing everything possible or not. I'm doing everything possible to become a professor. I'm not, I'm not doing everything possible to get a job. I'm doing everything possible to get a job. Yes, sir, I'm doing everything possible to get a job. Muhammad Dawood, when it's right. Okay, we are government not control corona. No problem, it will be controlled, sir. I'm not doing everything possible to get a job. Okay, now tell me that. These are the things that you are doing everything possible or not. Oh my gosh, when they are so Red Technology and TCS. So which one have you joined? Okay, let's go ahead. Now tell me, did you do did you do everything possible? Did you do everything possible to get a job? This question is for those people who have got the job. क्या आपने हर समय कोशिश की थी to get a job? Right? Questions are coming so many. Did you do everything possible to get a job? क्या आपने हर समय कोशिश की थी जॉब पाने की? There are so many people who are already student of American. They joined American 1 year ago or 6 months ago. Now I want to know that did you do everything possible? Did you do everything possible to learn English when you were a student of American? Right. Yes, yes, I did. Did you do everything possible? So I did everything possible. That's right. Wow, that's great. Very right. I was thinking somebody will say I do everything possible, or somebody would write I done. But it's the correct answer everybody's making. I did everything possible. But I did everything possible to get a job in MNC like G Healthcare. That's right. G is very good company. I did everything possible to get a job. Right. Anybody else who did everything possible to get a job? Okay, now tell me that, my dear friends. Okay, I did everything possible to get a job, and right now I'm working in Anand Group. That's great, Dao Sahab. It's the outcome of your efforts, honest efforts. Now tell me, there are so many people who did everything possible, everything possible to get a job, but right, they couldn't get a job. They couldn't. So you LD, they could not get a job. How would they say, sir? I'm sending you the rule. I did everything possible. I did everything possible. Here is the rule. I did everything possible to action first form. You need to tell me 5 words. First word, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't action first form. Right? Okay. There are so many works which we did everything possible to do, but we couldn't. जैसे I did everything possible to save money. मैंने पैसा बचाने की हर संभव कोशिश की, लेकिन बचा नहीं पाया. But I couldn't save. Right? I did everything possible to save money, but I couldn't save. ऐसे मैंने टाइम पे पहुंचने की हर संभव कोशिश की, लेकिन टाइम पे पहुंच नहीं पाया. I did everything possible to reach on time. I did everything possible to reach on time, but I couldn't reach. Tell me the 5 works. One fast. What you did? Everything possible to do any works, whatever work you want to take, but you couldn't do it. Tell me. Tell me you. Right? So I did everything possible, right, to appease my friend, but I could not appease him or her. Right? ऐसे मैंने अपने दोस्त को मनाने की भरपूर कोशिश की, हर संभव कोशिश की, मना नहीं पाया. I did everything possible to appease my friend, but I couldn't appease him. तो ऐसे मुझे कंफर्टेबल लिख के भेजते. फास्ट राइट डाउन, टेल मी फास्ट. आपने इस काम करने की हर संभव कोशिश की थी, मगर कर नहीं पाया. Right? I did everything possible to avoid Corona, but I couldn't avoid Corona. Right? Tell me. Tell me fast. It is a very good rule. You'll enjoy it, man. Fast. Right? मैं तो आने की हर संभव कोशिश की थी, लेकिन मैं आ नहीं पाया. I did everything possible to come. Right? I did everything possible to come. Right? I did everything possible to come, but I couldn't. I could not come. Right? I did everything possible to come, but I couldn't. Right? I did everything possible to avoid traveling, but I couldn't. Did everything possible to go to Bhopal after job, but I couldn't. Yes. Did everything possible to oppose, appease, you could say that. Okay, but I couldn't. Tell. I did everything possible to beat my friend, but I couldn't beat her. Okay. Okay, anyway, I did everything possible to write a book, but I couldn't write a book within 60 days. No problem, sir. Wrong. Anybody else? I did everything possible to cook, but I couldn't. Five examples fast, speed, speed. I did everything possible to buy mobile, but I couldn't. Oh my god, the people like you are making mistakes. I'm surprised. I did everything possible to avoid falling in love. Kamran Alam, falling in love, but I couldn't. Okay, ma'am. Yesterday I did everything possible to solve 20 reasoning questions in 15 minutes, but I couldn't. Okay, Mohammed Asaf. I did everything possible to meet Samir sir and I sir, but I couldn't. Correct, Trivedi Sahab. I did everything possible to quit smoking, but I couldn't. Yeah, I know. I can understand, man. Okay. Please fast five examples. You know very well. So I did everything possible to help my friend, but I couldn't. Money is not dear. So I know very well. Nowadays, everybody needs help only in money case. Otherwise, nobody needs help. I did everything. What is this? This sir, only just half the dialogue you have written here. I did everything. Where is the full dialogue, man? Just send me that. Fast, man, fast. Please come fast. Do it, man, fast. I did everything possible to appease my friend, but this is wrong, Sagir Ahmed Saab. This is wrong example. I did everything possible to appease my friend, but I couldn't appease. It will be like I did everything possible to get selected, but I couldn't get selected. The word would be get selected. I did everything possible. Send me the sentence again, Shivani. I did everything possible to get selected. Send me sentence again. Get selected. करके. I did everything possible to visit all over India, but I couldn't visit all over India. Okay. I did everything possible to catch the thief, but I couldn't. Did everything possible to save water, but I couldn't save. Right? Did everything possible to get government job, but I couldn't. Okay. I did everything possible. You have forgotten to get 1,000 subscribers in on YouTube channel, but I couldn't get. Don't worry, you would get it. It is a very slow process, man. It takes time. I did everything possible to woo the girl, but I couldn't. Oh my god, don't use this kind of language, man. Even I'm not using, yeah, you know very well, right? It's online, right? There are so many people, right? It could be anyone. So please have decency. I did everything possible to settle in London, but I couldn't. Okay, now let's not tell me. Okay. I'm giving you this word, and you tell me what do you do with this. Do you do everything possible to tell the truth? Do you do everything possible to tell the truth? अब सच बोलने की हर समय कोशिश करते हैं, right? I did everything. Okay, Shashi Bhushan Sahab, you are here. Do you do everything possible to tell the truth? Good evening, Shashi Bhushan Sahab. Tell me. Everybody tell me first. Do you do everything possible to tell the truth? क्या हर समय कोशिश करते सच बोलने की? Tell. Yes. Second question. Do you do everything possible to get good marks? Tell me fast. Do you do everything? Okay, I don't do everything possible to tell the truth. Okay, yes, I do everything possible to tell the truth. Okay, very good. Anybody else who do everything? The people? Yes, I do everything possible to tell the truth. I did everything possible to tell the truth. Okay, I don't do everything possible to tell. Your face tells, ma'am. I know very well. I try to do everything. Missing the word do. I try to do everything possible to tell the truth. Yes, I do everything possible to tell the truth, but I can't. In present, it will be can't. CAN. Okay? Because past could and present can. Not all, but I still try to do everything possible to tell the truth. Okay, Mahima, very much right. So she puts in Sahab, I do everything possible to get good marks. Okay. I didn't do. Why are you using didn't? I'm asking about do. It's present, madam. The guys who are using did, please change it to do. The guys, you are using did plus change to do. My question is with do. How can you give the answer in past when I'm asking the question in present? Right? Please give me the answer with do, not did. I do everything possible to get good marks without sap. I do everything possible to get good marks. The guys who are not reading the question probably read it properly. It is in the present, not in the past. So, right? I did not do everything possible to get good marks. Yes, I do everything possible to get good marks. I did everything. Did Shahid Ahmad Saab, change it. Give it to me. Right? At present, I'm talking about present. If I'm okay, now when I ask you about the past, that time you give me the answer in past. Okay. Good morning, sir. Krishna Chauhan, sir. Okay. Okay, now tell me, do you do everything possible to keep your parents happy? Do you do everything possible to keep your parents happy? Right? क्या सब कुछ करते हैं माता पिता को खुश रखने की? Do you do everything possible to keep your parents happy? Tell me, do you do everything possible to keep your parents happy? Tell me fast, man. Give me the content, madam. Everybody give me the complete answer. Don't give me yes or no. I don't want. I do everything possible to get Dumas. Okay, I do everything possible to keep my parents happy. Okay, I do everything possible to keep my parents happy. Yes, I do everything possible to keep my parents happy. Okay, Chiti Madhurika, very much great. Very good things you are doing. Yes, Shivani, very much right. I do everything possible to keep my parents happy. That's great. Anybody else? It means the guys who are not sending a message, they don't they don't do everything possible, right? I do everything possible to keep my parents happy. I do everything possible to keep my parents happy. Okay. Anybody else who do everything possible to keep their parents happy? Okay, yes, I do everything possible to keep my parents happy. Okay. That's right. Very much, very much, very much, very much, very much, very much right. Right? Okay. I do everything possible to keep my parents happy. Anybody else? Okay, Kancha, very much right. Okay, 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 okay. Anybody else? Okay, now tell me. In the last rule of today, okay, tell me last rule of today, right? There are two words. One is go mad. Second one is get mad. Listen to me, I do everything possible to keep my parents happy. Okay, Farhan Khan. Oh, you're sending it me first time. Your answer, okay? There are two words here. Just now, just listen to me. It is very, very important. You may have seen this word so many times while watching movies on Netflix or Amazon Prime or Star Movies. The people who watch movies, right, especially English movies, they find it there. Go mad, get mad. And some people think that I always do everything possible to keep my parents happy. Very good with there, right? There are two words, go mad and get mad. Okay? Right. Now, I tell you the meaning of this. Please don't tell. The way I'm telling you, go by that. It will help you a lot. It will help you a lot, right? Whenever you see this word, go mad and get mad, both are different. Both are not same. Yes, my dear friends, both are different. Both are not same. One word is different, second one is different. If you talk about go mad, it means पागल हो जाए, पागल हो गया है, दिमाग पड़ गया, दिमाग चल गया इसका, पागल हो गया, ये पागल हो गया है ना, दिमाग चल गया इसका, पागलपन की हरकत है, दिमाग चल गया इसका, दिमाग चल गया, right, right. And when we talk about get mad is equal to get angry. Yes. Right. Get mad is equal to get angry. Today Khushi has not sent the dialogue, right? Get mad is equal to get angry. Go mad मतलब पागल हो जाना और get mad मतलब कि गुस्सा. He जैसे मैंने बोला पापा गुस्सा हो गए. Papa got angry. Papa got mad. पापा मुझ पर गुस्सा. Papa got mad at me. Right? वो तो पागल हो गया भाई साहब. He went mad. He went mad, right? भाई साहब उसकी जॉब लगी ना, he got a job. उसकी जॉब लगी तो पगला गया भाई साहब, right? He went mad. right? Right? He went mad. He went mad. वो पगला गया भाई साहब. He went mad. He went mad. वो पगला गया. He went mad. And वो गुस्सा हो गया. He got mad. He got mad. I go mad with pizza. Okay, I went mad when I saw the pizza in front of me, right? I went mad. I go mad when I see pizza. Whenever I see pizza, मैं पगला जाती हूँ. मधुलिका बोलो, मैं पगला जाती हूँ जब भी जब मैं पिज्जा देखूँ मैं हो जाती हूँ पगली 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 पगली. Right? So how to say? Whenever I see pizza, whenever make this whenever I action first form, right? Whenever I action first form or कोई भी हो, right? तो I go mad. Tell me the sentence. तो जब भी मैं ये काम करती हूँ मैं पगला जाती हूँ. Whenever I see pizza, I go mad. मैं पगला जाता हूँ. Whenever I see pizza, I go mad. और जब भी मैं राइट जब भी मैं अपनी वाली को देखता हूँ अपने वाले को देखता हूँ whenever I see tea, oh I go mad. जब भी मैं चाय पगला जाती हूँ. Whenever I see tea, I go mad. Oh my God. Sometimes people, whenever they see their favorite hero, so what happens? They go mad, right? Tell me, when do you get mad? Got mad? Staying in lockdown. Okay. गुस्सा हो गया भाई दादा. He has used got. It means he got angry. Tell me, when do you go mad? आप कब पगला जाते हैं? Tell me things. So whenever my friend comes to meet me, whenever my friend, yes, whenever my salary comes, right? So I go mad. You can meet. Whenever my salary comes, I go mad. जब भी मेरी salary आती है, पगला जाता हूँ मैं, पगला जाता हूँ खूब खर्च करता हूँ. Whenever I see my enemy, I go mad. पगला जाता हूँ, right? गुस्सा होने पर तो आदमी गुस्सा एनिमी देखने में बंदा गुस्सा हो जाता है. आई गेट मैड. पगला जाना दिमाग काम नहीं करता. पगला गया. एम नहीं आएगा मृणाली मैम. आई गो मैड विद फेक एग्जाम. Oh my God, oh my God, you are taking it the wrong way. Everybody is taking it the wrong way. Like some guys out there. Look, go mad is different. Go mad मतलब पगला जाना. यानी दिमाग काम है मजे वाला नहीं. दिमाग पगला गया वही दिमाग काम नहीं कर रहा. पगला जाना. And गेट मैड गुस्सा होना. गेट मैड गुस्सा होना. यू आर मेकिंग आंसर्स ऑफ गुस्सा होना. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट पगला जाना, है ना. आप इतने खुश हो जाते पगला जाते, बोरा जाते, बोरा गया बंदा है कि नहीं, राइट. लाइक दिस. व्हेनेवर आई सी मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर आई गो मैड. जब बोरा जाते दिमाग काम करते बोरा जाते हैं, राइट. एम राइट. लाइक दिस वे. व्हेनेवर एनी पर्सन ignore me, I get mad. Kanchan madam, अभी just give me the example of go mad. पगला जाते हैं. Get mad का example after this. Right? First of all, tell me the example of go mad. पगला जाते हैं आप. Right? जैसे whenever मम्मी gets me new dress, जब मम्मी मुझे नई ड्रेस दिलवाती है, तो I go mad. Right? Whenever I get what we say cashback, I go mad. Got mad, I go mad. ठीक है? जब मुझे कैशबैक मिलता है गूगल पे, आई गो मैड पगला जाता हूँ भाई साहब. Whenever I get free की दारू, right, free liquor, I go mad, right. Whenever I see Ask News, I got mad. Why are you down? Don't use get mad. Nobody will use got mad. Go, G-O, go. Only I want example of go mad. No angry. At पगला जाना, बोरा जाना, खुशी के मार लग बोरा जाना. That one I want. पालपंथी वाली हरकतें करना. दिमाग काम नहीं करता. Whenever I meet my friends, I go mad. Yes, Rajiv was very much right. Whenever I see rain, I go mad. Yes, Quran Khan very much correct. Whenever I play PUBG, I go mad. Okay, that's right, man, sir. Whenever I see Ask News, every present I will not take this, right? And whenever I play pool, I go mad. Yes. And whenever I have chance, it's the last one going on. Whenever I have chance to buy new gadgets, I go mad. Okay. And whenever I have chance to buy new, okay, Kanchanura, okay, sir, I understood, okay. Hello, sir. Hello. Tell anybody else. Tell me anybody. Whenever I see ice cream, I go mad. Very much, Mrinali, ma'am. Whenever I see my childhood school, I go mad. Okay, Shashibhushan Dwivedi. Whenever my friend gives me liquor free of cost, I go mad. Okay, gives, Shashibhushan sir, make it gives. S would be there, right? So third word is there. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, now tell me. Now get mad. पागल गुस्सा हो जाना. Go mad हो गया, पागल हो गया. I go mad. I go mad whenever I see my friend. I go mad whenever I go to Chinar Park. I go mad whenever I get my, what you say, pocket money by my father, right? Whenever. So now just tell me. Yeah, there is a class on Google Meet, right? There is a class on Google Meet. After this, it's going to start within 2 minutes, right? So now get mad पे आपको गुस्सा कब आता है? तो whenever, तो कुछ भी whenever, tell me whenever, जो भी आप सुन, whenever doer action first form S or ES, तो comma I get mad, right? कुछ भी, right? जैसे जब भी कहते हैं, या फिर whenever my father scolds me, I get mad. Whenever my friend comes late, I get mad. Whenever I watch fake news, I get mad. मुझे गुस्सा आ जाता है. तो अब बताइए आपको गुस्सा कब आता है? Tell me. Tell me. Whenever I fight with my sister, I get mad. After sister, okay, I get mad. Okay, whenever I fight with my sister, I get mad. Anybody else? Please tell me. Whenever I see my uncle, I got नहीं get. Present we are talking about. जब भी मैं अपने uncle को देखती हूँ, I got mad नहीं, I get mad. Not got, get. I get mad. We are not talking about past. We are talking about present. कि आपको गुस्सा कब आता है? Whenever I see my uncle, I get mad. Whenever my send it again, Shivani. Whenever my parents scold me, I get mad. Oh my God, thou Saha, but why do you do such kind of activity? Whenever my friends steal my lunchbox, I get mad. Oh my God. Whenever my mobile network does not works, when my mobile network not works, okay, it will do also. But whenever my mobile network does not work, it will also be there. I get mad. Whenever I watch movies, I get mad. Gussa. Whenever I put weight, I gain weight. Okay, I put on weight. Put on weight. I get mad. Do yoga. Yoga is the best option, but people love to take pizza and pani water balls, right? The people who love to eat pani water balls and pizza, how will they lose weight, right? Whenever I see my school manager, I get mad because he's suspended. Okay. Whenever I see my uncle, I get mad. Very much right. Very much right. Whenever my father deletes my application, I get mad. Oh my God. Anybody else? When do you get mad? Whenever I see the poor, okay, whenever I see uh, poor people, you could say that. Whenever I see the poor, don't write poors, the poor. Whenever I see, right? Whenever I see my HOD, I get mad. Minali Sungi. Whenever sir calls me, Minali, whenever sir calls me to come college, I get mad, right? There are so many people I have seen. They love to do yoga by themselves, and they provide me food. There are so many students. They provide me food a lot, right? They will give me the khoa, they will give me the biryani, they will give me all the things, right? Whenever I see my parents spying on me, oh my God, your parents spy on you, oh my God. Whenever someone gives me advice, I get mad. Someone gives, okay, anybody else? No, okay, whenever someone gives me advice, that's right. Okay, that's right, that's right. So people get angry, right? Very much, right? That's right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, that's right. Sorry. Okay, just a minute. Last time when did you get me? Last time आप गुस्सा कब आया था? When doer action second form. When doer action second form. Rule follow. When doer action, give me the three words. It is the last thing after that we're going on Google Meet. When doer action second form, I got mad. Right? Right? Last time. Last time गुस्सा कब आया था? So the poor. बेचारा poor chap. Right? जैसे when my father scolded me, when my brother, yeah, when my brother, SCOL scolded me, right? When my father scolded me, right? I got mad. Last time आपको गुस्सा कब आया था? Tell me. Everybody tell me. Last question. Come on, Google Meet now. Tell me fast, everybody. When did you get met last time? आपको गुस्सा कब आया था last time? Fast. When my brother scolded me, I got mad. Anybody tell me fast. Got mad when my brother scolds me for not getting good marks in test. Okay. Yes. Worst, I got mad. Please come, 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 come. Okay. Went to market and beaten by police. I got mad. Okay. And go ahead. Come ahead. Fast. When I lost final cricket match, I got mad with my players. Okay. Okay. Come on, Google Meet, everybody now. Come on, Google Meet. Google Meet. Google Meet. Right. Let's go ahead. Google Meet.